All right, so I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna show you guys what's going on. But before I do, I'm gonna narrate because once we get outside in this wind, you're not gonna be able to hear me. So we have sustained 30-mile-an-hour winds. Unfortunately, we've had to say goodbye to the steps to our outhouse, the girls' fort, and third, the thing that I'm most upset about, I'll show you. Okay, so right here is where Chloe stood in her little fort entryway last week. So I'll put up a little picture of that there so you remember. The fort is totally gone. It's filled in with wind-drifted snow. I'm gonna get down here and hide by the shed, by our chainsaws here. So the problem is, when it's 7 o'clock in the morning and your 4-year-old says, "Daddy, I have to use the outhouse." Number one, I know that means she's not going by herself. She needs me to help her. That's fine. I know it's cold and windy outside, but we go to the outhouse and this is what I find. Let's go. All right, so here's where the steps used to be to the outhouse. Right here. These are all supposed to be steps to the outhouse. Like in the picture I took like 2 weeks ago. I'll show you what that's supposed to look like. So this morning I had to come over here. I lowered my daughter down this hill, got her into the outhouse. Now I'm in the outhouse. So it's been a crazy couple days. The wind has been 30 miles an hour with upwards of 40-mile-an-hour gusts for the last 2 days. So the fort is gone. The outhouse steps are gone. I should be able to look right out this door and see the steps. And now that's all I see. So I lock this. I latch the little wind drift latch there so snow doesn't blow up under the door so much. And okay, so yeah, that's what we're dealing with now. And the number one thing, I'm gonna get out of here. Now we're back by the chainsaws. Woohoo! A little peace from this crazy wind. So you can probably see the snow blowing behind me. It is what it is. That's just gonna happen until the wind stops. But the thing I'm most frustrated about is we lost our flag. The American flag and the rope, I think, got sliced because of all the rubbing on the pulley last night. And it flapped down and hit the snow. I know it's unpatriotic to just hook a flag back up. But it wasn't stained and it wasn't destroyed. So I think we're gonna hang it back up until we can get to town and get a new one. So what do? That's what the flagpole looks like now without the flag flying on it. I'm at the shop. It's locked from the outside, so that must mean Joe is not in here. Whew. Okay. Smells like the fire got snuffed out. So Joe started a fire in the shop so we could work in here sharpening chainsaws and prepare for our next outing, our first outing of the year, to go get some firewood. Nice little wood stove in here. Look at all that snow on your face. Little nice calm area for Howie to come warm up too. So it does this several times a year, all the way into the through the Susitna Valley and into the Matanuska Valley. We've got friends a lot closer to Palmer and Anchorage that are getting beat up by the same wind, and actually higher gusts of wind too that are getting upwards of 60 miles an hour and stuff like that. So we're kind of fortunate that those gusts don't usually happen here, we would most likely lose the chimney and probably have a lot more damage. But 30 mile an hour sustained is just enough to ruin our everyday lives out here, just normal stuff like the steps carved out of the snow to the outhouse and stuff. So, but it is what it is. Like a wise man once said, I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. I guess I would be lying if I didn't say I wasn't complaining a little, because I hate wind. I don't know, comment down below if you love wind. Okay, so since Joe's not in here, I'll go track him down, see what he wants to do, get some projects done today, and try as much as possible to stay out of the wind. We'll come back and figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the week.
At least it's warm in here.
We made it.
We're gonna do a little chainsaw maintenance. Zach and I have to start getting firewood, and they both need to be sharpened and tuned up and just gone through. So that's what we're gonna do. If you look on the back of each one of these teeth, you can see a little line, and that line indicates the angle that you want your file to be at. So I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I want to match that, the angle of that line. Alright, so our Husky and our steel chainsaws, they really just need a good sharpen, but this little Poulan here, it needs a little more TLC. I got some issues with the recoil pull start there. As far as the engine goes, it's running good, but I gotta look into it a little bit more and at least be able to pull start this sucker. I can't even do that right now, so.
Here we have the Joe in his natural habitat, the workshop at Caribou Lodge. This is Joe's trophy room here. This is his prize bear. He hunted successfully.
What you could do Attenborough, or you got the other option of Steve Irwin. So
oh, crikey! Well, look at this nasty little Sheila. He got sharpen it, and oh man, he gotta pop that off, and look at the recoil springs. Oh man, we're in for a real treat.
What we got here is very rare. You don't see many of these walking around anymore.
That's the truth, because it's a piece of junk. Not true. It's not a piece of junk. It's probably made in Vietnam or something. Fact check me on that. Where's Poulan made?
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. You Google it. I'm not worried about it.
Let's make sure this thing has some gas. We're going to see if it even runs right now, and if I have to do anything further with it. Okay, so I feel like it's idling really high, but that also could be because it's literally almost out of gas, and a lot of times the chainsaws will do that. They'll idle really high just before it runs out. So I'm going to put some gas in there and tinker with it a little more. We'll figure it out.
Sweet. I think this means that once the wind dies down, we are ready to go cut down some trees. Kind of excited to get back out there and do some tree falling in the winter. It's kind of fun. All right, see you guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking the like button. What else should I say? Pretty good, right? My Attenborough impression. I don't know. Maybe a little too airy.